Hey guys, Michael back here for some more story time. I really appreciate those of you that commented on my first story time video. Like I said, that's just more time filling than it is anything. I am going somewhere with those, and you'll see where I'm going here pretty soon. But um, I'm sitting out here by my tractor, this old Ford tractor. This was my grandfather's tractor, and I got a lot of memories around this thing. He did a lot of gardening with this tractor, and a lot of my childhood was around the garden in this tractor, and now it's here at my place. After he passed away, they gave it to me, and I'm really proud to have it. Try to take good care of it. This tractor's been through some through some stuff, but it still runs good. But I did want to. I was digging through some old pictures that I had up at the house. I don't have many, but I've got a few, and I found. I don't know if you can see this. You see that? That's me on this old tractor. I don't know how old I was or what date that is, but that's me changing a tire on it. Of course, my grandpa was there right behind me taking the picture. But anyway, just some good memories. But it's pretty cold out here today. I'm gonna get back in here in the barn. It's a little bit warmer and tell you my next story. But I found this old picture and I wanted to show you as I sat here next to the old tractor. So let me go back inside and we'll get started on today's story. Alright guys, I said I was going to move back inside the barn where it's a little bit warmer, but it's really not. It's still pretty cold. The big door here, it's just open, and it's pretty chilly. I don't know how long I can sit out here like this, but I'll see what I can do. But so in my previous story, I talked about we were living at my great-grandparents' house and living there, and my first garden was just a single bed that my grandpa built me up on the fence row there, and I had a few tomatoes and stuff like that growing there. So that was my first garden. Well, as we were living there, we were renting that house, and my parents were looking for a house to buy. And I remember going with them and looking at several houses, and all were just great houses. This was a very rural area, so most of them had some acreage with them. And there were several houses that I liked, that we looked at that I liked, and was excited about the opportunity. But then we found a house. I mean, it was maybe a half mile down the road and even closer to my grandparents. It had 5 acres and a big wide open area there behind the shop. And I was just really excited about this house, and ended up, it worked out. My parents bought the house, and we lived there, and my parents still live at this house. Well, like I said, there was a shop there, an old metal shop, and then behind the shop was just wide open. About half the 5 acres was there behind the shop. It was just an open field type spot, a couple acres. It wasn't real big, and there were just some spotted pines back there growing. It hadn't been really taken good care of, so. Parents, grandparents, everybody, uncles, everybody, we got out there. They did. I was too young, but they got there and they cleaned it up and started bush hogging it and stuff. And anyway, right there behind the shop, my grandpa, he helped us, and again, we built a garden. It was bigger. I don't know the measurements on it. When I was a kid, it seemed like it was huge. It's probably not that big. It's probably like a 40 by 50 or something like that. But we had this garden back there. And we grew corn, some sweet corn, mostly Silver Queen, seems like. That's what my grandpa always planted. Squash, okra, peppers, tomatoes, cucumbers. And then we grew some pumpkins, which were I've never had good luck with pumpkins, but I did grow a few pumpkins along the years. And then watermelons. And we found that this place could grow the best watermelons. And we grew watermelons every year, and it seems like every year our watermelon patch got bigger and everything else got a little bit smaller. But I did find, I was talking about over there at my tractor, found some old pictures, and this is another one. I don't know if you can see it there. That's me, and see if I can make it, there we go. So that's me, and there at my parents' house, and this was probably one of the last years, maybe, we probably grew a few more years after this, not many, of watermelons. And we were pulling tons of watermelons, and then we would go around, and we had this great idea. We was going to try to sell some. We didn't sell many. We ended up just we couldn't sell. We had to give them to everybody. We loved everybody too much, our neighbors and friends, and we drive around and give them a watermelon, and it was so much fun. And that's where a lot of my experience come from. I don't know how great that's showing up, but we had tons of these watermelons, and we couldn't eat them all, of course, so we'd give them away. But we had watermelon every night, and at the time, I didn't eat a lot of watermelon. I'd eat a few bites, but then my dad and my sister, they would just go town on it. But that was my second garden, and like I said, growing up there, we had a garden for several years there at that spot, and mostly during the summer, my grandfather and I would work it. My parents and I, after work, they'd come in, we would do stuff out there. But a lot of time in the summer, I'd spend time with both of my grandparents, and my grandfather that lived down the road that we gardened with, he would come over and we would check on things and work on it during that time, during the summertime. But that second garden, I learned a lot there, and I would love to go back to those days sometime, a little bit simpler. But I'm not going to stay out here this cold for too long. But I didn't want to share another part of my story with you all, and that story is of my second garden and all the watermelons we grew there. So anyway, I appreciate you guys watching. Leave me a comment about your memories and gardens if you have any like that. And again, I appreciate you guys stopping by, and I'll catch you on the next video. Goodbye.